From Central West High School. Wanted to give you guys a quick little tutorial basis on several key factors we can do to help our students online and help out you guys, the staff, with any questions you have. So please refer to this video. This one's regarding Google Classroom Introduction. Anything that you have or needs, please contact me anytime through the email provided through my email or cell phone number, and review this video if needed. This is going over beginner and advanced kind of tutorial lessons with Google Classroom. This will be a little long, a little bit longer than the concepts with Parent Square, but I promise to keep this as informative as possible. So if you do me a favor real quick, as I'm doing right now, you guys can go ahead and type in Google Classroom, or Classroom for short, and Google automatically have that signed up. And as always, make sure you sign into your central account information. As you can see here, as my desktop's popped up, you can see several classrooms that I'm involved with or running. This is where I have all my stuff organized throughout the school year. We're going to use my example with my Model World History class, my block 1 here. And as you can see through Google Classroom, we organize it into 4 different steps. You have the stream icon, the classwork icon, the people, and grades. The people concept, that's where you actually have integrated your concepts with the students and also with parents. As you can see right here, they have access to this if you invite the parents going through the email All Guardians, and the concepts linked through Aries Gradebook. If you have questions about linking the students into your Google Classroom, again, please feel free to contact me. I'd be happy to help you out. For this tutorial is just looking at the functions of Google Classroom, how to make your lives a little bit easier online. So first off, I want to look at is the stream concept. So looking at the very top corner here, we have stream. This is basically your workstation board. This is where students and yourself can see any information and agendas that you have that they want to work on, as far as the assignments posting, grades being posted, or just simple announcements like I did here back on March 14th. Those are the concepts to stream, very similar to social media where you have with Instagram and Facebook. The also important part, as you can see right here, is the share something in your class. When I click on this tab right here, it automatically organizes which actual classroom I want an announcement to go. So if I want to do a simple announcement such as this, I can also select which classrooms I want them to see this posting. So if I want to do it just one time instead of continue going back over and over again, this is a nice little shortcut to have, and you can select which classes you wish to post that on. And once I do that, let's say I click block 3, I then exit it out. It now is going to send, once I post this, just like a social media post, it'll only be seen by those students in that classroom and the second class I chose, which is block 3. You also have the option, but I wouldn't recommend it for this part, plus it kind of blocks it off when you do multiple. So as I'm showing right here, you can actually choose which students you want to see. This is one example that I've done with my EL students. So for I want to post a quiz, or if I want to post a certain information platform with the EL standards, or focusing on what they need specifically, I can select students based off that as well. But typically we usually have that default to all students. You can also add different things. You can add your attachments and things you have through Google Drive, like I'm showing right now. A little pop-up will come over here, and you actually can see the things that are opened and things I've worked on with my students as well. So that's one area you can do. You can also upload, so again, from Google Drive, or if you have something for your desktop, you click the upload tab right here, and you can select from the actual device. This is the MacBook Air I'm on currently, and I can choose different parts of my documents, my downloads folder, or my desktop itself. So that is always available as well. It's simple, just like you would on any PC. So any PC or MacBook will work on this concept. Specifically also, we can look at different parts as far as a link. So if I have a specific website that I want them to see, I can post this link right here, and I'll automatically have that ready to go. Also, other options include files. As I said before, you can do a quick attachment just from your desktop itself. It'll automatically ask for which device you're on. And then finally, another feature that was added just this past year was YouTube. So now I can actually search and actually contain the URL for video search. So for example, if I wanted my students to be aware of, for example, the big epidemic concept for washing hands, the areas of YouTube will actually have different parts, and I can select which video I want there. Or if I have it specifically, I can paste the URL just like you see from up here. So either way, it makes it a lot simpler for that concept. So videos are also a great option for tutorials as well. The next one I'll look at is classwork. This is where you can specifically assign different assignments for your students. This happens all in one button location right here, which is create. The options it gives you is assignment. That's your standard basic part where you have a Google Doc and you have a assignment they want to work on. So I can actually show you an example of that assignment in a little bit. The quiz assignment is where you can attach Google Forms, which will be another tutorial that I will have posted in the same email. share it out to you guys so you can take a look how to create your own Google Forms. And yes, locked quizzes are a thing and definitely a very helpful part in our actual times at here online. Google question, I typically use this as a quick little reference guide or a warm-up section. So Google questions always a great little fast assignment that you can actually access and see. And I'll show you both of those examples momentarily. Material is where you're posting resources or references. So you'll see on my stream, for example, when I actually post different materials, typically within the notes section. So this was our current unit before the break was Unit 6 resources in modern world history for totalitarianism. These are the resources I give them with the notes and the actual textbook chapters we work on. So that's what you can focus on for the material section. And at any time you want to reuse posts, so from anything you can keep saved and archived. Yes, Google automatically saves and archives your Google Classroom for many, many years. And that concept I always like, especially if I forget from earlier, just like I showed you guys before on the stream. If I've forgotten to select my announcements with multiple classes, I can just go back to classwork, hit create, hit reuse post. And the same thing for a simple material post or just a simple announcement like you see right here. I can just hit that button right there and automatically select which class and announcement I want to reuse. I really like this for the archive section in case there's some things that, I did this last year, I just want to repeat or modify just a little bit from the year before. I can easily do with that reuse post. So that's the section with classwork, and you can see the different portions they have right there in those assignments. So I usually clean this up each year, but take a look at what assignment will look like. Here's one part from last semester. This is the British history's biggest fibs concept we'd look at. So if I want to view the assignment to see, this will be your graded section. So as a teacher, you're the only ones that will see this concept right here. But the students, they will see the instructions tab. So you have the concept I have right here. I had a video for them to watch and a Google Doc for them to answer. I made this a graded assignment out of 15 points, and the students were actually working on and getting those turned in. Now, you can do what I do. I can actually separate from different parts of Google Aries, or you can automatically put the grade in right here on the side. So I can actually do this right here. I can type in if I wanted to, or after I reviewed Michaela's assignment, I can hit submit, return that, and it'll automatically pop up on her Google Classroom page. And then later on, I can share that into Aries, which I will show you later on momentarily. So this is the concept we see with the assignment. So if you want to specifically look at that assignment itself and see what the student has done, this is the very great analogy. We can see this area with the actual parts. You can see the questions I've given her and then focusing on the answers that she responded to as well. Now, a new feature, and I want to make this very, very clear, and I want to take a small time break for it, is the originality reports. When you make an assignment, they now have a thing on Google Classroom where you have the option to check originality. So for example, if I looked at Michaela's here, I wanted to click on this check originality. The Google will automatically, and this is for you English teachers or any English assignment or Google Doc assignment, it'll automatically check for that information and then upload it later on, as you can see right here in this open new tab. And I can actually see what original work if this student had actually copied and pasted. So for us using online basis during this time, checking originality and making that assignment known is a very, very helpful feature. And again, I can just click on that and see those information later on. And it'll actually tell me which websites were popped up. So to actually see how that is done in hand, let me show a test fake assignment here. So I'm going to click on assignment, and I'm going to modify this with the assignment titles. This is a brand new, very first introduction to create the assignment. And as always, Google will automatically save in background. This is your desktop workstation, so I can select which students are going to get these. So I want my block 1 and block 3 students to have this. I'm going to modify this to either an ungraded or different point value. So I'll say 15 points. I'll make a due date, which again, they'll let the students know ahead of time how many days they have left for this assignment to complete. And they'll also let them know if they are actually late. So they turned in, for example, if I made it due the 23rd, they made it due the 24th, I'll automatically get an email notification and the Google Classroom page will show it as well. So I'm gonna make this due for the 23rd time. You can choose which time you want. Typically it goes standard to midnight. And you can also make your own topics. So it's another way to keep yourself organized in those topic sections. You can attach a rubric if you wish for them to view, or if you're using other Google features like Rubric, you can have them actually grade the assignments for you. And again, if you have any questions about that, please contact me through the email stream I just sent out earlier. And this is what I was talking about before, is originality reports. So originality reports, and Google gives you that concept, is that you and your students can check work for authenticity is the main concept for that part. You set a simple check. You decide how many students actually are going to get that. And there is right now a limit to this. You can't do it unlimited times. However, if you do it one class at a time, so for example, if I back out of this and then just go with this concept, this is a kind of little hidden trick from Google if you want to work it, you can actually make those assignments known. And again, those limits are still there, but if you go over, it'll automatically let you know. And because of our educational portal, GAF is in fact instructed to ourselves, and we can actually have more of these Originality reports pop up. So if I hit continue, it automatically will make sure that they will scan each Google Doc attached. And just like I said, you do these parts right here by adding the information. I can go through Google Drive and then go from that part over here and select which one I want them to work on. So very simple if I have that template, and I can lay the instructions right here. Now, the next thing I want to focus on is the grading aspect. This is the final step we're going to focus on in Google Classroom, is that there is a grading aspect. Now, for myself, I do on occasion go back and forth. And again, it's your preference based on how strong the assignment. I typically have this more laid out for my seniors, for the grade book attached here, so the seniors know exactly what I have. If there's an assignment or focus on the concept where I can just easily grade it real fast and not return it, I make it really simple with the actual grade section for my seniors. But Modern World, for myself, I usually have a split screen. So I'll just open a new tab, have areas, and I'll just drop that in there real quick just to see their checked reports. Either way, whatever your preference is, it works nonetheless. So for example, if I wanted to focus on this last one, so the final year's World War I, which I'm still in the process of finishing up, the concept we look at is looking at the documentary they have right here, the work they're going to focus on, and I can actually grade their student work right here on there. Now, I've already put this in my grade book, but again, it's based off of your preference. You can grade straight from here. So say, for example, if I want to do that and then focus on those concepts, I would then access our point in Aries. So I'm going a little fast in this part, just make sure I'm shaved on time. But the areas we look at focusing on is, you can see in those areas with Aries itself. Now, unfortunately, as of this time right now at 1:18, Aries is still being updated, so it may or may not work for this part, but I definitely wanted to show you guys how you can easily link your assignments from Google Classroom into your Aries gradebook. So in that part, once it actually finishes loading up here, I will then go into my gradebook, and I will select in this concept my first block class. And then once that loads up, I can focus on, just say for this right here, enter scores. So once I click on the assignment title, just like we've done at Aries before, enter the scores, hit show more, and you'll have the concept where it says import from Google. And then automatically it'll ask you, where do you want this assignment come from? This one, as I said before, I already linked from Google Classroom, so I can confirm which part, or if I wanted to, I can change and select which class if I made a mistake. So that is one easy way to link your gradebooks and actually focus on that part. So definitely highly recommend it, and you can always go back to your home screen by using these bars right here. If you are in the process of now, you've seen the ins and outs of Google Classroom, I highly suggest hitting on that home page, that plus sign, and you now can create and have something look just like this. And again, you can customize everything you want, select a theme, upload a photo. It chooses different color variations, different backgrounds based off of subjects. It has some predetermined ones already. Whatever your preference is and how you want to make sure it's actually your classroom to recognize. And as of right now, that is the quick basic tutorial. I'd also show some advanced stuff with the Originality reports. If there are any questions about any of this part, please go back to tracking the video or contact me through email or my cell phone number, which I provided, which is attached to this video at any time. Good luck out there, guys. Hopefully this was a helpful piece for you all, and I wish you a great day. Bye-bye.